Good morning and welcome to another scorching day at Ewetopia Farms. We're just in the process of morning chores right now and letting everyone out. I just let the Dorset ewe lambs out and not one of them would go out. So we're going to try here with the adult ewes and see what they think of it. I can't blame them for not wanting to go out because there's basically no breeze, and already, I don't know if you can see that, but I'm sweating already and I barely started. So I'm guessing they're not going to be too keen on going out. So priority is going to be lots of fresh water today. So we check drinkers and stuff anyway. Hi, how you doing today? It's a little hot, isn't it? Always check drinkers anyway, just in case something's fallen in it and made it dirty. But I increase my rounds on the drinkers when it's hot weather like this, like I said before, just because hydration at this point is even more important than eating. So this drinker is pretty clean, so I'll just scoop out some pieces of hay. How's your salt mineral, guys? That's good. Okay, let's open the door. Before I walked out of the house this morning, I got a phone call from someone in Manitoba. I guess their daughter is graduating from university in Kingston, which is only a 20-minute drive from here, and they met us at one of the classics and asked if he could come over and have a little barn tour. So he's going to be heading out here this morning and we'll give him a little tour. It's always nice to meet fellow shepherds, especially when they are from so far away. So they are heading out. It's not the stampede that it used to be. A few went out, and then I think really the others kind of do it because they see the group doing it and they're flock animals, so they have to copy each other. But I'm sure some of them, if you could read their minds, are saying, "Really? Again? Can't you see there's hay in the trough?" But they're heading out, and I'm looking over to the Dorset ewe lambs. I see they've changed their mind. They're kind of dragging their feet about it, but they're heading out to the pasture now too. These guys, are you guys coming back already? I know, it's hot. And you guys are having really second thoughts. Poor girls. You really have to feel sorry for them because I guess their instinct tells them to seek shade when it's hot. So this one's here, standing here in the corner with her head under the mineral feeder, thinking that might help her out a bit. And we've got a lot who chose not to go outside, and they're seeking shelter under the feeders because it's darker in there, but it's got to be so much hotter under there. But I think the instinct says if it's shady, it's cool. Hi, Big Betty. You don't want to go out either, and I don't blame you at all. Just lay down again. Hi, sweetheart. You want me to come see ya? It's way too hot out there, I know. Hi. Hi, honey. Hi. You're a good girl. Too hot, isn't it? It is. You stay here. It's a little shadier in the barn. And hopefully a breeze will come up. Yeah. Poor old girl. At least you're not going under the feeder like those guys. You know better. Hi. girl. Yeah, you're a good girl. Yeah, you are. That's a good girl. Oh, Betty. Good girl. We have a few sheep out here who just want to have a good scratch today. We got one by the scratch post. She's liking it, but I don't think she's quite figured that she has to go underneath, back and forth. But you can see how she's liking that. And then we got some that are using the equipment back there as a scratching post. If you got an itch. She looks like she's really got a specific spot she's got to get. So here I am in the lamb barn, checking the drinkers in here. Everybody's so hot. Hot Lips, I was just with your mom. How you doing? Oh my goodness, you're lovely. My goodness. How did you get to be so lovely? Because your mom's Big Betty. And who are you? You're very nice too. So we gotta get these drinkers clean. They cluster around the drinkers, so it usually keeps them fresh as long as they don't drop stuff into them. Hi! So this one's a little too dirty. And by every drinker, I have like a little scrubby brush up in the mesh there that I can pull out. So I have something to clean them with each time. Hi! Aren't you nice too? You are. Katie, I haven't cleaned it yet. Oh my. How did you guys get to be this nice? Oh, Hot Lips. It's so hot that I can see myself pulling out the scissors again and starting to chop wool by hand. I just can't stand seeing them hot. Hi, it's way too hot for you, isn't it? You don't like it, and I don't blame you because I don't like it either. Hi. Hello, boys. Why are you boys always the friendly ones? Oh my goodness. Good morning, I'm Lynn, and welcome to another hot one in Ewetopia. We're going up to, I think, 33 degrees today, but I think it's going to get a little cooler the next week. So fingers crossed, no fans or anything needed yet. And yeah, we're always hoping that we never get to the fan stage. Arnie just got back with another load of hay. We got really behind yesterday with our visitor from Manitoba, so we didn't get all the hay brought in like we had planned, and we didn't get some ewes sorted. But our visitor stayed here. It wasn't a quick tour. He was here for like 4 hours, I think. So it was a really big visit, which was nice. I mean, it got us behind, but we're always behind. And it's nice to talk with somebody who has similar interests. He was a beef farmer in Manitoba who met us at the Classic in Humboldt a few years ago, and he remembered we lived here and just thought he'd drop in and say hello. So today we've got someone coming over from Quebec to buy some registered ewe lambs, so that means we'll be looking at the ewes again. We'll be moving them over to the other barn so we can view them easily, and so we can tattoo them when he's got the ones he's chosen picked out. And in the meantime, Arnie's going to be working on getting this hay put away as well. It looks like Marvin's going to be here tomorrow to pick up the rams going to Manitoba and British Columbia. So we got a busy couple of days again. We're just putting in a bale of hay for the adult ewes. I'm thinking any day now we're gonna have to keep all the sheep indoors because the lack of rain has meant the pastures are not regrowing, and I'm seeing signs of worms happening now, so we're gonna have to put a lid on it. Whenever people come over to get lambs, it means totally reorganizing the barns again, because we know we're going to be using a chute. We know in this case he's wanting purebreds, so we need a head gate in here, and we have so many groups of sheep that we have to kind of reorganize everyone. So we're in the process of putting a dividing gate up over here, and then we got to make a catch pen in this pen. And then we got to move the ewes that are up for sale over here. Putting the final gate up here. The ewes are at the back. They're the ewe lambs. They're free to go outside today. It's very humid. They're not likely to want to go out for too long. But very, very shortly, this group is also going to be locked in. The risk of parasites right now is way too high. And there's totally no regrowth. You can't have regrowth without rain. Come on, guys. Right now we're just moving the market lambs over onto the other side of the barn to get them out of the way. Moving the ewe lambs over. A couple of them went behind the gate. Come on, get in. So we actually ended up deworming all these too. And these guys aren't going to be going back out to pasture. And we're taking all these grades back. We should actually put a divider here so they can't go in there. So these are all the grades going back, and we left the purebreds for him to choose through. Back you guys go.
Going to open the gate. Where is it open?
I think it is open. But of course nobody's going in. So So we got all those ewes sorted. Arnie's just gonna put as much of this hay away as possible before our next visitor arrives. It's very hard to get caught up at these days. I don't know if we're just getting too old and we're just too busy for two people, but seems harder and harder to keep on top of things these days. Here comes a fancy trailer from Quebec. A lot different than what usually arrives here. Fifth wheels. I don't know what that is. Engine repairs, maybe. Quite the trailer. Fancy. Okay, it's loading time. We're on here now. Good girls. That way. Good girls. These are the chosen 5.
Come on.
Oh.
Come on. Come on. Get up there, babe.
There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go.
Just grab that blue gate.
There you go.
Now, do you guys want to hop in, or we're gonna carry you in?
Sometimes it's they'll hop in, and other times it's one at a time. The best is to squeeze them up if we can. I'm going to turn the camera.
Okay.
Actually,
Go.
can you hold the camera and make it sure they're in there? Kids are so good with technology these days. There we go. Thank you very much. So we were all set to do tattooing here, and then they had a change of heart. They thought they really didn't need to do tattoos since they weren't ever going to get into breeding stock. They just wanted to be certain that they were getting purebred stock. So they took 5, and we didn't have to go through the whole tattooing process. So we gave them a little discount for that because obviously it costs me money to register sheep. So that's what happened here. And tomorrow we will be tattooing some sheep because Marvin's coming tomorrow to pick up the sheep going out west. And the guy back here, the Suffolk ram, needs a tattoo, and one of the Dorset rams still needs a tattoo. So we'll be doing that tomorrow. And we just got everybody back where they belong again. We took down the wall for the girls. Boys are where they belong. And that's that. Okay, so right now we're picking up the last of the hay that we had cut down and baled in dry form. We didn't cut any more, although we still have lots more hay to cut down, but there is a slight risk of rain over the next few days, and we are just really praying that it arrives. But when there's a risk like that, you don't want to be cutting down hay. So we're just cleaning up what we have done. We're going to pray for some rain, and then we'll be working extensively on sheep for the next few days. And then we'll be back into hay again. So this farm we're at now is a neighbor's property, which we're renting. That's it for all the hay. Right now, while we're at this farm, we're going to take a quick drive back and see how the corn's doing.
Don't hit the star bit, eh?
Why would I hit it?
I don't know, he's driving kind of recklessly, young.
Really, Arnie? Everybody on video saw you run me over with your kamikaze driving in the yard.
This is kind of creepy, isn't it?
Always when I'm with you, it's kind of creepy. So tell them what the rule about corn should be.
Oh, I guess I understood that corn should be waist high by the 1st of July, I thought.
Ooh, not like this hay that's waist high.
Yeah, this hay's all gone to seed, eh? See? I think we got a dead sheep on the what's it called there? On the dash. Looks like it's got parasites.
Open the window so you get a clear view. Put it right out and look at the barley.
We are looking at the barley then, but you're driving too fast. I think this is all smeared. That's the barley field. And you should be able to see the new seeding there, which is hard to see because it's under drought conditions.
Show the bottom to the top. Go down, then up.
There's the bottom, and there is the top.
Okay, we're going to keep going to the corn.
Yep,
Look at the size of that hayfield.
and there's that lamb again. Okay, this corn on the right-hand side is my land, and this is my neighbor's property. This has been cropped. This has been cropping for 10 years, maybe. Different crops. This was always sod hayfield. This is the first year corn. Do you see the difference?
Yeah, the untampered with field looks better in my eyes.
So this field here.
This looks worse.
So this field here, if I was to say anything, this field needs a break from cropping. It needs to go back under grass and hay. Because I don't know if you can pick it out, but this was planted in the same day, same type of corn, and you can see. Now, why do you think that's doing so well?
And how do we know that that's doing well?
Can you see it? Can you see the difference on the phone or not?
Yeah, well, the volume looks heavier on this side.
This is almost double the growth.
And it's taller, and it's a better color. It's dark green, whereas this is more light green.
Okay. So what's happening in here is all the organic matter is leaving out of the ground from years and years of cropping. And the advantage with this field is it has this. Sod. See? It holds the moisture, and this was an old hayfield, and the crop loves it. But this will be good cropping for about 3-4 years, and then it really needs to break again. So that's the problem with continued cropping to basically virgin land.
So basically you want to stop cropping for a few years and put it under hay, and then start cropping again, or you will deplete the soil. And yeah, normally you would think that Arnie would say his crops are better. They're both his crops, but this field is definitely suffering more than this field. This field actually looks pretty good. However, they're both suffering because, are they up to your knee?
That's knee high, yes.
This one's knee high, but this one, it probably is not.
Now, if we got enough of rain, you'd be shocked how this field will catch up to this field, okay? Or this field might always have the edge, But with rain, this field will have 100% improvement. But this field has no organic matter. It doesn't have anything to retain the moisture. So it's basically drying out, like the end of the world, you know? See? See this field? See? Look. It has no organic matter. See, it's just gone, basically dead. And that's what's wrong with cropping year in, year out.
Nasty farmers.
Yeah. See, it's reaching out. See? It wants to go. And that corn doesn't have it. See, the leaves, it's reaching for the sky.
And this corn actually was planted a little later than
No, same day.
Really?
This section, to the edge of that bush, this first section was planted the same day, and the rest was planted 4 days later.
That's what I thought. So these are the hay fields we have yet to do. And we have all kinds of stuff in here that the sheep like. That's vetch or sweet peas. This is bird's foot trefoil. And then we got all the grasses here, including Timothy, which we don't really love for sheep, but it's here, so we take what we can get. But it's really tall. And when it's this tall, like, I'm gonna see if you can see how tall it is against me. That's tall. I'm 5'2". This is almost 5 feet tall.
Yeah, a brome can get quite high, eh?
That's really tall. So the problem is it'll be a lot coarser. Yeah. But over here, you can see the beautiful colors on the barley. I find it quite pretty. So the stalks are almost like a turquoisey gray blue color. And you can see the little heads forming. And you can see those heads? So right now this field, considering we had no rain, is looking actually really good, I think.
I know.
The grasses may not be doing so good underneath because we're seeing more weeds than grasses, which isn't a good thing.
Well, actually,
I see some alfalfa there.
I see the alfalfa's all here. But it would be better if we had more moisture, the weeds would have stayed down. But now with drought conditions, weeds have the edge. Eh?
If weeds have a gap, they'll fill it in. Which is their part in nature for sure, but it's not part of farming. But you can see it's swaying now. Homeward bound. So I'm gonna leave Arnie with putting away the last of the hay, and then tonight it's gonna rain. Let's all say that it is gonna rain, and maybe it will. I've just picked a handful of herbs from our garden. I got, what do I have here? Sage, oregano, thyme. And what it means is that me and my ridiculous hairdo, which is serving its purpose in keeping me nice and cool on a hot day like today, are gonna say goodbye. So be sure to give us a like, share us with your friends, give us a comment because we do love to hear from you. And most importantly, please join us again tomorrow for the next episode at Ewetopia Farms. Bye for now.